Hey everybody, this is Diana at the Misfit Journal Maker, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday so far. And today I'm hopefully going to film 2 tutorials. It's been a while. I had people in my group asking for these. I just did these a few days ago for my current journal that I am working on, which is my stained glass windowed journal, and I'm kind of excited about that. This is my journal that it's going to go in, and so far I have nothing ephemera wise in it yet, but this will go in it. And so yeah, I'm excited to get going on the middle of this one, the insides. So anyhow, this one I did with more blues, this one I did with more pinks. Of course you can see that. I used stickles, which I had to have some bling in there, but if you guys do this, remember, you probably know this, but if you're new to them, they need to sit at least several hours. I am so notorious for like sticking my hand across it and I have to start all over. So anyway, if you decide to use stickles on yours, just to make sure, if you're not, familiar with them, that you let them dry. And just for those of you who don't know, these are stickles, and I have a bunch of different ones. And also they also are known as liquid pearls. Nuevo drops, I think, are another one. They're basically all the same. I just grab whatever I can get when they're really cheap sales. Last year I just happened to come across this one, really beautiful blue color. I got it for like $2 and it's like $7. So yeah, if you look on Amazon, sometimes you get lucky and find like something really super cheap. And so I ordered 2 of those because of the price. But anyway, so you don't need very much for this at all. It's pretty simple. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I chose this because I already finished my lavender journal, but I'm going to go ahead and stick this in it anyway. I don't want to make another one for that journal. I'm going to cut off the extra of this to begin with, because we're not going to use that. Now for this project, or this little ephemera, you want something that has a back, okay? You can use, this is not my idea, first I want to start off by saying, and the lady that I watched do it, and I can't think of who it was now, I'll have to see if I can find her and put it in the comments. But anyway, she used scrapbook paper that was double-sided, and she used 4 different patterns. I didn't want to do that, so I have, this is kind of my like go-to that I found somewhere. I don't know if it was, I have no idea where this is from, but anyway, I often use this as a background for things that I don't want to have white, because I have this thing in my journals, I don't like white backgrounds on anything. I like everything to look antique or old or whatever you want to call it. So you definitely want to have 2 sides, unless you don't care if it's white. That's completely up to you, because everybody, has different ways they like it. So, or you could even use the same graphic on both sides. There's no reason you couldn't do that either. Okay, so for this, there's no set size. You can make it as wide as you want to. I want to try for my, you need 4 strips. I have, what did I do with them? I have such a mess going. Okay, I was going to use these, but I've already done this, so I don't want to redo this, okay? But you need 4 strips, okay, is what you're going to need. I may end up doing that later, but I don't want to do that right now. And I want to kind of pick what I want on my strips. And so I think, okay, I think I'm going to cut off some more here. And some more here. I want as much of the color part as I can get. You're not going to see a whole lot of like, any particular thing. You're just going to see the colors mostly. Okay. On my cutter, okay, if you don't have a cutter, you'll just have to use a ruler and decide how big you want it. But I have these little grids over here, okay? And I picked, for mine, I just wanted to go over to the first grid, which is about 1 centimeter. I guess it would be here on this if you're doing that. It's right at the line. No, actually it's a little over. But anyway, you just pick the size you want, okay? On mine, there's a blank space and then there's one grid, and I go up to the first grid line. So if you have this cutter or one like it, hang on, after I cut this, I'll see if I can see what size it is. And this has too much white on it anyway. This is about, darn it. That's not a 1/2 inch, is it? Let's try it over here. It is, it's a 1/2 inch strip. Okay, so mine are 1/2 inch. This has too much white. I'm going to go over it one more time. So let's see, my first grid line is right here. That still has too much white at the top. I don't want that. This looks about right. This probably wasn't the best picture to use. There we go. Okay, 1. 2. 3. And I'm going to go over and get part of this butterfly and use this one instead. Okay. I'm just trying to get the best, shows the most stuff. So let's see. I don't want to use this one, and I think I'm going to use this. Okay. I know I'm being picky, right? I'm just going to toss the rest of these. Okay. We don't need the cutter anymore. We can get rid of that. Okay. So now we have our 4 pieces. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to turn 2 over. Okay. And let's see, this glue stick is almost done, and it's pretty messy, so I'm going to grab myself a new one because I don't want to have a mess. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so you're going to start out and you're going to take 2 of your pieces, okay? Doesn't matter which ones. Just make sure that you've got the one up, and then you've got this one is different, okay? Now where they meet right here, okay, is where we're going to glue first, okay? And you want them to fit as closely as you can get them. Okay, so like what I mean is, like I hope, let me see if I should get this down more. Okay, so when you're gluing this, I gotta turn it so I can see. You want to get it so that it's exactly fitting over the top. You don't want to have any coming out above, okay? So they're going to be like almost like you're making a frame, okay? So that's your first one. Now, this is where I get mixed up. This is only my 3rd one. Okay, no, that's wrong. We're going to use, yeah. Okay, so then the next one, you're going to glue the top. And I don't think you have to use glue stick with this. I mean, you could just go ahead and use regular glue. Okay, now when you're gluing this, same thing. You want it to be exactly flush. And right here, okay, you don't want it overlapping the first one, and you don't want a gap at the bottom here. So when you're gluing it down, make sure that you got as close as you can get it, and that you have no overlap and no gap, as much as you can. Okay, so we've got that one. And at the end we do have, let's see, what do I, well, hopefully that's going to be okay. Okay, and then you're going to do the same here, but we're going to do over this top, the top of this one. Okay. I have to keep turning it because, and you want the same here. You want it, everything has to be flush, okay? So when you're putting it down, you want to make sure that it's flush all the way here, but there's no overlapping, just like that. Okay? So that's how you get your first 4 down, okay? Now, to start out with, you don't have to glue all the way down on this. Okay, first of all, this is my first one I made. It's very bendy because I didn't glue it all the way down. I only glued the first ones and the last ones. This one I glued all the way up and down, so it's a lot sturdier, the glue. So it depends. You don't have, if you like this, like, you know, kind of floppy thing, but there's a difference, okay? It's up to you what you want to do. I choose to glue them so that there's not floppiness happening. Okay, so you're gonna have it like this, all right? Hope you guys can see. And then for my first time down, I'm gonna glue both of these, okay? Glue everywhere. And you're gonna take this top one here and you're gonna fold it over. Okay, when you fold it over, you want to make it the same way. Everything has to be flush, okay, with no gaps and no overlaps, okay? And I've glued this one as well, so they're both glued. Okay, now on this one, I'm going to glue across all 3 of them. Okay? And I'm going to take the top one and I'm going to fold it over. And the same thing. Everything has to be flush. Okay, so when you glue that down, everything is flush there. Okay, and then you're just going to we're going to just keep repeating that. Okay, I'm going across both with the glue, and then you're going to bring this down, and you're going to make sure that it is flush but not overlapping. Oh, and I forgot, doggone it. Well, I'll just do the outside. I went ahead and I inked all of my strips beforehand, but because I was like, I don't know where my head was, I forgot. So too late, can't go back and do it now. So I'll just have to do the outside, which is fine. Okay. And then that's all you're going to do. It doesn't take long. You just got to make sure that you're flush and straight. And I'm not putting this video on pause to do this because I don't know what it is. Every time I pause my videos, I lose them and have to start over. And I don't want to do that. So bear with me. This shouldn't take us very long. It'll be a pretty short video. Okay, so the same thing here. And afterwards, I'm going to take my bone folder and go over it as well. If you wanted to, you could do it as you're going, but I don't want to take the time right now because I'm trying to get this done without having you guys here all night with me. Okay. You can even use your fingernail as you go too. Oh, also, I'm using cardstock for this, okay? I would not suggest using regular paper because it would be way too flimsy. So I'm just using, I think it's a 90-pound cardstock is what I usually have on hand. You could probably use a thicker one. The problem with the cardstocks when you go thicker for things like this, when you have areas like this, a lot of times, especially with the scrapbook paper, I have a lot of scrapbook paper I just hate because as soon as I make a crease, it like starts to tear. Or it gets this weird bumpiness on the edges. And so I don't think I would go much heavier on the cardstock because of that. You don't want to have that issue. Okay. So yeah, as long as you make sure that you're flush every time, you're good to go. Okay. It's probably good to do this anyways. You know, a lot of times I'm watching videos for other creators. I get so frustrated. They go so fast, and I have to sit and repeat the videos over and over. And I lose patience with it, and I just don't even want to, like, you know, go back to their stuff because I don't want to have to watch the videos over and over, where if they would just slow down a little bit, if I'm not getting glue on the back of this, you know, we would have an easier time following along. And, you know, if you're going to take time to do these videos, I don't know why you wouldn't slow down a bit for the people that are trying to learn as they're watching. It's just my opinion. Not that you have to listen to me. Okay, we're almost to the end. Now, if you're using scrapbook paper, you're going to get a much longer bookmark because, of course, they're 12 by 12. So the paper I used was 8.5 by 11, so mine are 11, so you get another inch on it. Okay, and I think, I don't know, let's see if I can get one more out of here. I don't know if that's going to work or not. No, we're going to have to just let that go. Okay, so now we're going to cut this off. This worked out different than the others, but we're just going to cut it, like cut that off. I got glue on there, so it's kind of going to stick now. And then we're going to cut this off. Okay, and there you have it. All right, let me grab, I've got glue on this fan. I don't want to have it. Just grab a piece of paper. Okay, so that's our finished one so far, okay? And it was pretty easy, and I think they're pretty fun. I mean, just kind of, they're kind of mindless. Once you make one, you know, it's not that hard to do. It's just really making sure that you've got them straight so everything lines up. And I can grab my, I took some stuff in the other room, and I forgot my ink was still put away. So let's see, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this back up. And we're just going to ink the outside. Oh, I'm sticking. You don't have to do the inking. I like doing it. That's totally up to you. Personal preference. Okay. I just think it looks richer. I like it. Okay. I'm losing my voice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a eyelet in here. Let me grab those. And of course, you don't have to do this part at all. It's completely up to you. So I'm going to grab my, I hate these things. They're so huge. Let's see, which was my top now? This one was. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to try to find the middle. And just put a hole. And unfortunately, I bought a bunch of stuff off of Temu, and their little eyelets won't fit in that hole, so I have to always use the single hole punch and make it bigger for those, because otherwise they don't fit. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab, let's see, what do I have? Actually, these out because I think this color, yep, I have like a, I don't know what color that is, but it matches with it. And you guys, just for a FYI, I don't know if it even matters, if you even care. I've said it before in some of my videos. These little boxes are excellent. And they're $1.47 at Walmart. And they are very sturdy. They click down. They don't open up and everything falls out. And they fit a ton of stuff. So I've got about 5 or 6 of these. And I put all my little, I've got brads in here and just whatever little, I have 2 of them full of charms. So yeah, if you guys are looking for good storage and you know you don't have a lot of room, these are perfect. So if you want, grab that because they're really cool. I like to try to give people like good tips because I want good tips. So let's see, find a back. I have different colors, so I don't want to use gold or something on that. Alrighty. Let's see. And hopefully this will work because I have such a problem with this stupid thing. It just does not like to work for me. Good luck with it yesterday. Hopefully. Yay! Okay. So now we've got that. I'm going to leave that there. And let me see what I have as far as my hole's a little crooked, but that's okay. All these scraps. Let's see if there's something in here. Ooh, look at that. Kind of thin though. Oh, I'm dropping everything. What else do I have in here? Let's see. It's a pretty good color though. It's a little too thick. One's too thick, one's too thin. Figures, right? Well, let me see. That's too dark. Oh, I got an idea. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to use both of these. See what we come up with. Of course, I'm gonna have to cut them off, but well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this. Oh, is this dirty? Oh, I don't want to use that. We'll just use this one. Although, wait a minute. One more second. I think I have something better. I have so much stash that, like, I spend so much time looking for stuff. It's crazy. I need to redo all of this. My bags are just, like, decrepit, and my stuff is a mess. Here it is. I'm going to use this one. Oh, gosh, this is terrible. It's embarrassing. Don't look. I saw somebody, there's a lady that I saw a video of where they put a little tab over here, and then in the tab is like a little, they use this thing right here, and they make it so that it doesn't unravel, and I want to do that with all of these because this is a mess. Okay, let's put away my dirty secrets. Okay, you guys, I know I'm not the only one that has a mess. Come on. I don't know how you can be a crafter and not have a mess. Seriously. Or a semi-mess. I try to keep everything organized, but, yeah. I won't let you see the rest of my work area. I don't know, when I'm in the midst of, like, the ends of finishing a journal, yeah, it's just chaos, and I don't know what to do. So, I just roll with it. And when I'm done, I have everything neat and clean and beautiful. And within like a day or so of starting a journal, we're right back where we started. So that's okay. It's all about the fun. You gotta keep the fun. Okay. And this is way too long. So I'm gonna cut one this way, and I'm gonna cut one this way. Okay. And I keep these little scraps because I use those in collages or something. So yeah, so there you go. And I could do some stickles on here. I really don't want to on this one. It feels like it needs something else, but I don't know what. I don't have purple flowers. That's something I don't have. Let me see what I got. I don't think, oh, I have a few of these. I could take the green off though. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. Do I have one more? Yep. Oh, it's kind of messed up. I think I need to get some more flowers. I'll have to fix it because I have no other purples. Yep, that's the end of it. Okay. Let me see if I can. I'm going to remove the... Okay, where's my other glue? Whoops. Okay. Here we go. Okay, for this, I'm going to use this glue, and I'm going to see if I can repair this little guy. Or, okay. Ah, come on. That is not going to work. Come on. Let's see, what can I do here? Okay, wait a minute. Let's glue this first and then put it down. See if that works. Nope. I think I just felt it move again. Oh, let's see what happens after I hold it here a second. Oh, it's gonna work. Okay, that's cool. Alright. Hopefully I don't have issues when I pull this off. Nope, that was fine. I like that. It's cute. Okay. I guess I'll keep these little things in my stash. And there you go. So that's our little braided bookmark. And yeah, so they're so cute and so fun. And I'm sure that like you guys out there that like have really good ideas could come up with lots of other ways to do this and other ways to decorate it and what have you. So yeah, I wonder why this one came out a little smaller than the other two, but that's fine. So anyhow, that's what I wanted to show you guys for this little piece of ephemera. And I'm going to go ahead and try to film the next one and see if I can get that done. So if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to become a subscriber. So go ahead, and if you like this video, please hit my like button and hit follow. And I also have my Facebook group by the same name, the Misfit Journal Maker. And we have a lot of fun over there. Come and check us out. And I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And I will see you next time.